Hey guys, this is Justin coming at you with another video from Adrenaline Cycles. We're going to do a brief walkthrough on the Commander 800R. Now, of course, this Commander does not come with your power steering. There's two different models in the 800. You got the green 800R DPS. And of course, you know, it's not going to have the steel wheels. It'll have the cast aluminum black wheels. This one, of course, comes with a 12-inch steel wheel on a 27-inch Bighorn 2.0. A couple of things on this machine that you should know, or at least keep in mind, is where some access points are as far as air filters. Now this hood scoop will just pop off. It's got 3 tabs in the back here. It's gonna line up, and then of course you got your little plastic pins that pop in right here in these grommets. Set that right there. Guys, this is where your coolant's gonna be located at, overflow, and then of course your air filter. Very important to make sure that this thing stays clean, very easy to maintenance. And it's gonna ensure the longevity of your machine, guys. It's not gonna allow you to overheat. And if your machine is starting to overheat, make sure you get it to your nearest Can-Am dealership, find out what's going on with it. You don't wanna mess anything up. Walk back here. Commander, you do get the dump bed, which is one of my favorite features because it has 2 different methods of storage. You've got down here for dry storage, and you've got a seal point up to here. And then of course this lets down. And this part here, if you do want to access what's stored underneath, instead of pulling everything out, this panel will actually lift up. So whatever you have stored in the back, you can access it from right here, like so. And like I said, it is a dump bed, so just that feature. Now guys, keep in mind the Commander 800R, it is 72 horsepower, tops out between 60 and 65 miles an hour. It is a great machine. We like to call it 60-40 here. You get 60 play, 40 work, because of course it does have the dump bed in the back. And the 2-inch receiver located here in the rear. Guys, something simple, but you should know, is where to fill your tank up at. Now in the Commander, you're getting a 10-gallon tank, which is plenty enough fuel to last you all day long on your ride. BRP recommends that you use a high-end octane, so 91, 93. I wouldn't use any low-grade fuel. Your machine's not going to perform like it should perform. Just make sure you keep fresh hot gas in it and good gas. Pull these doors back. Show you where the oil and the dipstick is located on this. Now, BRP recommends that you do your first service between 1,000 miles or a year, whichever comes first. But if you want to check how clean your oil is, or the levels of your oil, it's going to be located right here. Now everybody always asks me, what's the break-in? And there's no break-in on your oils or your transmission, but your belt does need to be broken in. And BRP recommends the first 50 miles that you run your machine through a range of different RPMs, so 1,000, 2,000, 3, 4, and 5. And then drop it down into low and do the same thing. And really what you're doing basically is ensuring that you've worked out all weak points and all cold points in the belt so it doesn't snap on you or shred on you in the first 50 miles. And then, of course, it's yours. Take it, drive it, have fun with it, but be safe. If you want, I'm gonna walk you through a couple of the inside features of the machine. And since we were talking about the belt, I will actually show you where it's located. On the Commander, you're not gonna have access to it from just dumping the bed back. It's gonna be behind the plastic panels on the inside of the unit here. It's just got a couple plastic tabs that pop out. Once they pop out, you can remove that panel and have complete access to your belt there. But if you want, I'll show you how the inside of this thing operates. Now your Commander 800, it is pretty self-explanatory. It's one of the easiest machines that we have here that you can operate. Starting here with your key settings, you have your performance key, which is your white key, and then you have your work key, which is your black key. Now, when you got your performance key in, you can access a couple different things from the eco mode to the sport mode, as shown there. But when your work key's in, it's going to restrict you to about 70–75% of the horsepower that the machine offers, thus saving you in fuel, but limit that horsepower. So you've got two different options there, and just based off what you're doing, you know, you've got the options to change it up. With that being said, turn the key over. It's going to light up your dashes here. Of course, you got your low beam, high beam on your headlights. Then two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Now guys, when you're switching in two-wheel to four-wheel, depending on what you're doing, make sure you're in the right setting, whether it be the high or the low gear while you're in drive. But make sure your RPMs die down and almost come to a stop when you're switching from two-wheel to four-wheel drive. You don't want any issues with the check engine light or anything. Switching it over in too high of an RPM is going to mess the unit up eventually. So just don't do it. Make sure you're doing it the right way. Of course, with your performance key in, like I said, you can access both eco mode and sport mode, but you don't have that option with the work key in. You'll see here that the override button is located right here, kind of in the center there. Override basically, all right, so in reverse you're governed. They've got a restriction in reverse for good reason. But with override here, you can actually override that reverse command, that governed reverse command, and go just as fast backwards as you go forwards, which I don't recommend, but only in a situation that you may need it. It's there for you. Now, in the Commander, there is a couple different features. With your seat belts, if your seat belt's not buckled up in the driver's seat, the machine is not going to go over 13 miles an hour. They want you to be buckled up, guys. You need to be buckled up. You need to be safe. So there is that safety feature in the machine. So, oh, and like I was talking about earlier, guys, I pointed in this general direction, but to be more specific, the belt that I was talking about is going to be located right under here in this panel. You can actually feel the hub where the belt is. It's accessible by pulling these pins here. You can pull that cover off, pull your seat out, and access your belt that way if you ever have to. Guys, I just wanted to give you a real quick walkthrough of the unit. I appreciate you watching our videos. If you need anything else, let us know. Give us a call here at Adrenaline Cycles. We'd be more than glad to help you. Thank you.